Hello everyone, it's Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me. This is the project that I'm going to be making today. It's a zigzag card, so stay with me and I will show you how I made it. This is a piece of pool party which I've trimmed down to 11 by 8 and I'm going to score it at the 5.5 inch mark, so I'm cutting it in half and I'm flipping it over and I'm scoring it at 2 3/4, and I'm going to turn it round that way and score again at 2 3/4, so that I now have a zigzag concertina fold card. So here's my pre-scored and pre-folded card, and I'm taking it to my Stampin' trimmer and I'm putting it into the trimmer so that that fold is lined up with the cutting channel, and at this end I've left myself, oh, what's that, about 2.5 inches, something like that, from that bottom corner is lined up with the fold, because what I want, I don't want it coming to a sharp point. I want a bit of space left over. And I'm just going to slice along that with my cutting blade. I'm going to keep that bit for a second, and there is my pre-folded card. I have cut 4 pieces of birthday bouquet designer series paper, and this is in the Spring Summer Occasions catalogue, and it's going to be retiring at the end of May, and I've cut them to 2.5 inches by 7 3/4. At least I have cut 3 of them to 2.5 by 7 3/4. That one I've cut to 2.5 by looks like about 7 1/4. So I don't know what went wrong there, so when I come to do that one I'll have to be a little bit careful about what I do with it. So this is my folded pre-folded card base, and I have decided that I want that pattern as the back panel, or do I want this pattern as the back panel? And I think, yeah, I think I'm going to have this. I think I'm going to have the ice creams as my back panel. So I've got my snail, and I'm going to put plenty of snail onto the DSP. I'm going to apply this as carefully as I can. I want to cut the DSP for these panels so that they're cut at the same angle as I've already cut the card, and I also need to be careful because I'm not putting DSP on that side of this panel. It's going to go on that side, and then it's going to be on this side, and then it's going to be on that side. So I have to make sure that I don't get my angles mixed up, because believe me, if I get a chance, I will. So the easiest way I think myself of doing it, after some thought, after giving it some thought and consideration, is that I'm going to put the wrong side facing up, and I'm just going to move that so I'm about 1/4 inch from the bottom, and I've got my ruler and I'm matching it up with the angle that I've cut. I've got a pencil and I'm going to mark along that way. So in theory that angle when I cut it will be reversed. Right, now for the next piece I want that to be that way up. So again I'm moving it up so it's about 1/4 inch from the bottom, because I want about 1/8 inch at the top there, and I'm bringing that down, lining up with the angle and drawing that across. And my third and final piece, now again this is going to have to be wrong side up, bring it so I've got about 1/4 inch at that end there, come in with my ruler, line the edge of the ruler up with the angle, and draw myself a line. And now I'm going to trim those on my Stampin' Trimmer. So all I have to do now is put these pieces into my Stampin' Trimmer and line up the pencil line with the channel for the cutting blade. I hope you can see that. I'll zoom in on that for you so that you can see what I'm doing. So line it up nice and close and just chop. So now here are my 3 pieces of DSP, and I'm just going to put them onto the panels on my card. So here we go, once more time with the snail. And if I've done that right, I should have a little bit of a border at the top and at the bottom and along the sides, and I have. So now this piece goes onto this panel. It goes on to here. This paper is so pretty. It's one of those sets where every side is so pretty and it makes it hard to decide which way around you're going to use it. But it is absolutely scrummy, and I am going to miss this one because it is really, really pretty. So that's the base of the card done. So now all we've got to do is to embellish it a bit. I'm going to be using this stamp, which is from the Sweet Sayings set, and this set is in the Spring Summer catalogue, and it is also carrying over into the annual catalogue. So that is good news. I've got a piece of Whisper White and I've mounted up my stamp already, and now I can't decide. So I can't decide whether to use the Pool Party or the Blushing Bride, which is the colour of the pink. So I've got both stamp pads. So I'll start with the Pool Party, and I'll see how that looks. So I'm inking up my stamp, making sure I've got good coverage, and I want to stamp quite near to the edge of the paper because I'm going to be coming in with a punch in a moment. What's that on there? There's a smoosh on there. Well, that's quite pretty. I'm just going to rub my stamp. I'm just doing a quick wipe. I will go back afterwards with my Stampin' Scrub and give it a proper clean. So now I'm going to try the Blushing Bride. So I'll turn the Blushing Bride. I don't know why I turned the whole thing around. I could have just turned the card, but there we are. That's what happened. And I think that is going to be too pale. It's not really easy to see, and another light is catching it, making it a bit difficult to see. But I think I'm actually going to go with the Pool Party. So we'll keep the Blushing Bride for another project at a later date. Okay, so I have my extra large oval punch, which is going to be retiring. Stampin' Up this year have retired an awful lot of punches for some reason, and sadly this one is going to be one of them. and I don't even know if there are any left. If there are, and you want one, grab them quick. Okay. I think that needs a little bit more decoration, so I've got my Itty Bitty Flower Punch from the Itty Bitty Accents, and these also are retiring. And I've got the bit of Pool Party that I cut off the top of the card, and I've got a bit of Blushing Bride, and I'm just going to punch out just a couple of flowers. And I think I'll have 2 of those and 1 of those, or maybe the other way around, so I'm going to punch out 4. And I'm just going to shape them a little bit, just on the palm of my hand, just to give them a bit of dimension. If you've got a piercing mat, that works well, and if you do this on your hand, like I am, don't do it so hard that you give yourself bruises, because that would not be a good thing at all. Alright, I've got my Subtles Candy Dots here, which are also retiring, and I'm going to put, it's hard to tell the difference between the Pool Party and the Soft Sky. I think those are the Pool Party, but as I'm going to put them on the Blushing Bride flowers, it's not going to matter too much because they're not going to be close enough together. They're very, very similar in colour, those two. And I've the Blushing Bride Candy Dots, and I'm going to put those on the Pool Party flowers. And whichever way I do this, I am going to have one over, but you know what, everything's retiring, so I don't care. Oops, one of the Wisteria Wonders ones has made a bid for freedom. So put those out of the way. Alright. Now I have to decide how do I want them. So do I want like that, or actually I think I want 2 of the blue and 1 of the pink, and I think that'll work well. Let's save that one for another project. Okay. Right. So now it's me and the glue dots, and if you've been watching my tutorials lately, you will know that glue dots and I have been having a turbulent relationship of late. I don't know whether it's the weather, I don't know what it is, but the glue dots and I have not been friends of late. Alright, so let's have the blue ones first. Let's have that. See, that doesn't want to come off the back. So we'll put that one there. And I don't want to cover up that word they. You see, even when the glue dots behave, they can still get me into trouble. And we'll put that one there. And the one pink flower we'll put there, I think. So that is now starting to look really, really pretty. Nearly finished. Now this card wants to flop open. We've got a lot of layers going on there. So I'm going to close it up with a length of the Pool Party glitter ribbon. Again, this is retiring at the end of this month, at the end of May, which is a shame because it's very pretty, but it's making way for really lovely stuff to come along. And I've cut that a little bit short, I think, but I think we can manage it. I think we can do it. Yes. Ah, bow tying expert. Not. So that now will be a belly band, and don't want to tie it too tight because I want people to be able to take it, you know, to slide it on and off and not spoil the bow. So I'm just going to trim my edges, just chopsticks down, a bit of glitter everywhere. And one last finishing touch These are the bow paperclip embellishments. Again, these are in the spring summer catalogue, and these are carrying over. These are going to be in the new catalogue. So I'm just going to find out, there's the clippy bit, and I'm going to, apparently I'm going to fight with it, and I'm just going to put that over the top of the bow just to hold it down into place, and a little bit of further tweaking, and I would say that that is done. So there's the finished card, and I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. If so, then please do leave me a comment or click the like button, and if you've loved it and you want to see more of my tutorials, then please subscribe to this channel, because I shall be posting more very, very soon. I've got a blog and a Facebook page, and you can get there from the links in the information box below, and there's also a link to my Stampin' Up shop as well. But for now, I thank you very much for watching, and I hope that I'm going to see you again soon. Bye bye.